Hello everybody, welcome to Jordan Talks Football. I'm Jordan, hope everyone is doing well. Today we're going to talk about Manchester United taking on Newcastle United in what is such an important game. And let's get straight into the video. Let's talk about the teams. Let's talk about Man United firstly. Man United are third place. We are 51 points. And you know what, guys? This is amazing. Manchester United to be back in the top three where we belong, and this is amazing. Let's talk about Newcastle. Newcastle are 13th in the league, bro. Honestly, this is a bad place for Newcastle to be, especially with the players they have with Eddie Howe. You know, he's not a foolish manager, a stupid manager. He's someone who's experienced, but yet Newcastle are struggling, and people would have thought this season Newcastle will actually be up in the league, but they have declined massively in form. And you know what, to be fair, they have been defined by massive inconsistency, the injuries that they have as well. And anyway, let's talk about the recent form now, right? United are unbeaten in 7 matches, bro. 7 matches Manchester United are unbeaten. We have 6 wins, 1 draw, and we're coming off a 2-1 win against Crystal Palace. Newcastle are struggling. Newcastle have 1 win in their last 7 Premier League games. Wow, that is sad, bro. And they lost their last 2 games as well. A painful 3-2 defeat to Everton actually at home. And you know what? In their last 4 games, they have trailed at half time. That means if Manchester United can score an early goal, we could get the win. And now let's move on to the players' stats and injury news, team news, etc. Let's talk about Manchester United first. Players that I expect to do something in this game is Mbeumo. I know he hasn't scored a goal in I believe in the last game. I'm not sure. Yeah, the other game as well. I think he hasn't scored. But he is still our danger man. He's still our striker with 9 goals this season. And you know, Mbeumo, like I always say about Mbeumo, he may not play the prettiest football, but if he has a chance to score, just know he's going to score. And he's also pretty good at assisting the teammates as well. So, you know, in Mbeumo, this might be a game where he can get a goal. Cunha, bro. Cunha is that player that we needed in the team forever, bro. He is our shit house player. In the last game at Crystal Palace, he went down, and to me, that was a penalty. But we need someone like a Cunha, someone who fights for the bat, someone with passion, bro, and someone who is a good player. Matheus Cunha, for me, this could be also a game where he does something. He tends to perform better against big teams. So, you know what? Maybe he might get an assist. He might get a goal against Newcastle. And I'm looking forward to Cunha. And now, I'll have to talk about the star man. The fan favorite at the moment, Benjamin Sesko. Newcastle actually wanted to sign Sesko in the summer. We beat them to it. And Sesko chose us. And I can see why Newcastle wanted to actually go one-on-one with us for Sesko, because this guy has been a revolutionary for us, bro. He has been sensational. The amount of goals he has scored, the amount of match winners, the impact that he has. We finally have a good striker in our team. And after having players that hardly could score goals, we have a number 9. And Sesko, you know what? There's a big decision in this game, because there's been some rumors that Carrick might actually drop Sesko. He may actually drop Sesko. Now, I'm not sure whether this is 100% true, but there have been some rumors that, you know, after a game, you're talking about rotation and stuff, and he might just go back to the formation that he was playing with Ahmed in the team. And I wouldn't be surprised if Sesko is dropped, but I would expect Sesko to start. Bruno Fernandes, captain outstanding, captain magnificent. Bruno Fernandes, what a performance by Bruno Fernandes in the previous game. He was amazing. He was like a 9 out of 10. He got the assist for Sesko. And just overall, Bruno is amazing. And this is one of those games where he will also do that. He will be amazing in this game as well. And I expect a good performance from Bruno. The team has to know that this is an important game, because if we lose this game, we give the chance to Villa to overtake us and to go back into third and play. And we do not want that. There have been some injury news. Luke Shaw got injured in the last game. He had to get subbed off. Now, this may be a blessing in disguise. Now, I'm not saying that it's a blessing that Luke Shaw got injured. What I'm trying to say is that in the previous game against Palace, Luke Shaw was not it, bro. he was not it. As soon as Luke Shaw came out of the game and Mazraoui came in, bro, the whole entire momentum of the game shifted. When Luke Shaw was on the pitch, Palace were dominating us, bro. We didn't have any possession of the ball. But as soon as Luke Shaw got off and Mazraoui came in, bro, the game, it changed. We started to dominate. We looked more comfortable on the ball and the team overall played well. So I am expecting a Mazraoui start in this game, and I think Mazraoui deserves a start, considering the fact that Luke Shaw may not be 100% fit and his performance have massively declined in the previous game. So for me, Mazraoui is a deserving player to start in this game. Another injury that may be real is Harry Maguire was feeling ill. Now, this is an injury that concerns me because in this particular game, we really need Harry Maguire. Considering the fact that Lisandro Martinez is out, De Ligt is out, I don't want to see a backline of Yoro and Haven. Now, I'm not saying Yoro and Haven are bad players, but I don't think they're ready for the game, like this game now. I don't want to throw them into the deep end. We already had Yoro next to Maguire, and you know, I don't want to have Yoro and Haven. There's no experience there, basically, and that cannot be our backline against Newcastle, who are hungry for a win. So I think Maguire should be in, but if it's Yoro and Haven, that makes me uncomfortable. That makes me uncomfortable. I hope Maguire is ready for this game. Let's move on to Newcastle team news. Newcastle, you know, there's only one player that I'll really be worried about, and that's Anthony Gordon. He's the star player. He's the player that can make things happen, that can score goals. They don't have much of the other players. The injury list here is looking peak for Newcastle, bro. Bruno G is out. Fabian Shaw is out. Livramento is out. There's been some rumors that Voltemade has an illness and potentially Johan Wissa will start up top. So Newcastle they're lacking some of their first team players in this game, which that gives me confidence. But you know, this is an away game. This is a tough game. And yeah, let's move on to the past results and the head-to-head. So we actually beat Newcastle in the previous fixture. We beat them 1-0. Patrick Dorgu scored the goal. Remember that day, it was Boxing Day. But however, in the last 3 visits to St. James Park, we have lost. We have lost 3 times in our previous visits to St. James Park, and you know what? That is not a good result. So we have to change that. This game actually has a lot of goals. 14 goals in the last 5 meetings. That is a lot of goals. I don't think that will be the case tomorrow. But, you know, we'll see. So, this game is actually an important game for both teams. Like I said, this win here cements United in 3rd place. A loss, however, will give Aston Villa the chance to reclaim 3rd place, and we do not want that. We do not want that, so that's why I say this game has a high pressure at this game here. And as for Newcastle, Eddie Howe needs a statement win. They need a win. This is like a must-win game for Eddie Howe. The fans are getting frustrated with him. They haven't won a game in I don't know since when. They're not doing well in the league. They have to win this game. So, like I said, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised with a draw. This is a tough fixture, bro. I would not be surprised with a draw. However, my personal prediction will be Manchester United 2-1. I think Sesko will score. You know, I think Buemo might have one in the chamber. I think Bruno might have something cooking up. So 2-1 is my prediction. However, like I'm saying, guys, a draw is a huge possibility here. So I'll not be surprised if this game ends in a draw. And yeah, that will be my prediction. Let me know your score prediction in the comments, guys. I am Jordan. Thank you for watching. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. This has been Jordan Talks Football. I shall see you all in the next video. Peace.